Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. COVID may have changed things a bit, but there are still activities going on through the Jasper Community Arts Program. Joining us in the studio is Kyle Rupert. He is the executive director. And Kyle, things may have changed some and kind of maybe dampened your opening of the new Tin Clark Cultural Center, which is exciting. But things are still moving forward, and you've got some plans for some winter art activities.
That's right, and thanks for having me, Bill. The facility is open. Both the library and the exhibit side are open. The workshops, though not quite ready yet, we're still moving forward with some of our winter art workshops. So we've got those planned. They are virtual, so they will be online. And a lot of that has to do with making sure our instructors feel safe just as much as our patrons. So we thought, you know, we'll keep these virtual this next time around. Hopefully by the time we get to summer and Art Ventures, we'll be able to have them in person again. But we've got a great slate of classes coming up. Registration is now open, and we've got everything from drawing and painting to hand building with clay, which has been really popular as well.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of those individual programs, because I could see where this could easily work using a Zoom meeting.
Absolutely.
I'm just drawing at home while an instructor may be able to see what I'm doing or give me some suggestions. Let's talk about some of the programs.
Yeah, so it's really smaller class sizes or workshop sizes. You've got a lot of one-on-one attention with the instructor. It's over a 6-week period, so you've got multiple interactions week to week. They're not usually very long, an hour tops. Okay. So it's, you know, it fits easily within your day to do that. And the great thing is if you happen to miss one, they all are recorded, and so you can go back and you can take a look at those again if you happen to miss one of them as well. We've got a great set of instructors. We're going to be focusing on the Impressionists in one of the classes. We've got a visiting instructor from the Marion Art Gallery who will be doing some themed painting sessions as well, so we're very excited to have her. Tashima Davis from Marion is going to be leading those. We've got several lined up with her. And then we've got, you know, our tried and true, our bread and butter. We've got some hand building clay for kids, and it's a great time to get in there. We'll have the clay ready. They can pick that up. In most of the classes you have to provide your own supplies, but it's pretty simple. But for some of those specialty ones like the clay, well, we're going to provide the clay for you. You just have to come in and pick it up, and then you can take it home and you're all set to go.
Okay, you mentioned, like, I think sketching or pencil drawing. Okay, so will I know ahead of time, or is the first class saying, okay, you need to get this, this, and this? Or do I get a list that says you're going to need this kind of paper, these kind of pencils?
Great question. We will send out a list of things you'll want to have. It's not anything that's going to be too difficult to find. In fact, you may even have some of these at home. A lot of times it's just a pencil. Okay. So we try to make sure that when we do things like this and we require you to have your own supplies, that it's not anything too extraneous or way out there, or some specialty product that you're going to have either difficulty finding or something that's going to be really expensive. We try to make sure that it's something that's easy to come by and relatively inexpensive. And if it is a specialty item like the clay, then we'll provide that.
Okay. Let's talk about what those classes might be and for people to register.
Yeah, so to register, they can go to our website, jasperarts.org, and there's a workshops tab that they can find that'll take them there as well. We also have everything posted on our Facebook page where you can quickly get to those links too. I don't have all the classes memorized because there are so many.
Sure.
But just to come with some examples, the First Impressions by the Impressionists. We're going to talk about the Impressionist movement and model some sketches after that movement as well. I mentioned Tashima Davis, Painting with Davis. She's got several themes for kids and adults. We've got a flower fox, St. Patrick's Day, a happy pineapple, so on and so forth. It's great fun. We've got Modern Art Meltdown. Again, something to look at with a different art movement. And working with that. Sketchbook journaling is really fascinating. And then we've got our staples. We've got watercolor, we've got kids clay, we've got intermediate drawing for those who have been drawing for a little while, maybe want some additional instruction.
And a lot of these will be starting at different times.
Correct.
And ending at, like, that 6-week period is going to kind of float. Okay.
It's usually the same, like if it's on a Tuesday, it'll be every Tuesday at this time for 5 or 6 weeks. So you can set your clock by it, that's when it's going to happen.
And so when you sign up for these, how do you pay for it? Do you
call us?
Okay.
Right now we're not taking payments online.
Okay.
And the reason why we do that is sometimes some classes don't generate as much interest, and so it's all a process thing. So if the class doesn't go, it's just easier for us to say, hey, you know, the class didn't go. We're not going to need payment from you, versus having to go through a lengthy refund process that we would have to go through. So you can just call us at 812-482-3070. We'll take your payment information, and then when it comes time to process that payment, we will. If it's by credit card, you can always mail a check, or you can always stop in and pay that way as well.
And you'll find these online?
Correct.
I mean, that's where you go to find the classes to sign up for. You may have missed the beginning of one, but you could maybe sign up for some later.
Yeah, and we'll send, so a lot of them are recurring, so we'll send a Zoom link out before the class along with the supply list, and that's the link that you would use to access every week. So we try to make it as simple as we can. We also have the sheets available at the Cultural Center at the exhibit side that you can pick up as well. Check that out. You can fill it out on the spot. And turn it in right there on the spot too.
And if somebody's going, I don't know if I can do it this way, I don't know if I can do Zoom. Well, if you've been helping your kids at home with their Zoom classes, basically this is the same thing, but it's for adults.
Exactly. Well, we do have some for kids too, so they're probably more than used to it at this point. But yeah, no, it's super easy. You click a link, you click some yes buttons as far as turning on your camera and stuff like that. And our instructors are tested at this point to where they can help, you know, troubleshoot some minor things with folks as they go along.
This may be an odd question. How long has it been since you've been able to have classes like this?
In-person classes?
Well, in-person has been a year.
Yeah.
But have you been doing this over the summer?
Yeah,
and I just missed it? Okay.
Yeah, we started these back in back in the summer. I think was our first set of virtual classes. So this will be the third go around that we've had now. And we hope with the Cultural Center too, once we get back not only to in-person classes, but we hope to be able to open our workshop spaces to open studio time, where you can. It's not instructor led. It's a free time to come in off the street. And be creative. So we're looking to hopefully offer that again once it's safe to do so.
Okay, let's go back to that clay thing.
Yeah.
You're going to supply the clay.
Yes.
But this is not a wheel.
No,
because obviously I don't have a wheel at home. But
right.
So what am I going to do? Make an ashtray? What?
Not,
which would be
an
kind of
ashtray.
fun. Come on.
It's kids' clay.
Okay.
So I don't think we're making ashtrays.
Okay. No, probably not.
We'll call them shallow bowls if we need to.
Candy bowls.
Candy bowls. There you go. But no. So Jen Tolbert, who's led several classes for us, she goes through some different basic techniques and things to make. A lot of it ends up being bowls and that kind of thing because it's fairly simple to make, but it could be a small vase or a flower pot or something like that. Jen does a great job helping people along through that process. And then we'll bring it in, we'll get it fired in our kilns and then get it all glazed up and everything.
Yeah, that was my next question. Okay, so I make this clay bowl.
Yeah.
What do I do with it? So you guys are going to fire it. I don't put it in my oven. That kind of stuff. Okay.
No, your oven wouldn't get quite hot enough for what we need it to do. So we've got kilns at the Cultural Center. We'll put them in there and we'll get them fired up and get them taken care of.
Okay, so these classes are all available now.
Yes.
Go online and check them.
Yes.
And you'll be doing the same thing again with spring or summer.
Yes.
So just kind of be prepared.
Right.
But the variety that you're offering is something for people to check out.
Yep. And we have staples that happen. We always have clay, usually of some kind, some type of sketching or watercolor. But every so often we get some specialty classes that come through in the summer or the fall when it's a little warmer out. And so we'll look for those too. Always check back to see what the latest classes are because there might be something that we've not done before. Last summer, I think it was, we did a Japanese woodworking class, which was really neat. And that's not something we had offered before. So always check back because it's always different. And the registration deadline for these classes and these workshops is February 18th.
Okay. So you need to get it signed up right away.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, Kyle, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Art doesn't stop. COVID-19 is not going to stop art from happening in Jasper. Our guest has been Kyle Rupert, and he's been talking about some of the visual arts sort of programs that you can take advantage of through the Jasper Arts program. Go to the website, which is, again?
JasperArts.org.
Pretty easy to remember, JasperArts.org. Thank you, Kyle, for coming in. Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.